Greetings to Dr. NORASHIKIN, BINTI, AHMAD, and all audience. We are from Group 18, and today we would like to present the project titled FTMK Room Rental System under the course BITP 1223 System Analysis and Design. Before starting our presentation, I would like to introduce our group members. First is Niu Qianyu, Chong Jiaxing, Lin Jiasen, Feng Chenhao, and me, Li Yeyong. Next, I would like to talk about the introduction. In FTMK, actually, it provides various facilities such as lecture rooms, seminar hall, meeting room, laboratories, and supporting equipment. As the demand for this facility continue to grow, managing booking manually become less efficient and may lead to scheduling conflict. Therefore, we propose a FTMK room rental system that is actually a centralized platform for room and equipment reservation and bookings request processing. Next, I want to talk about the problem statement. We found several issues in our current system. In our current system, it has a heavily reliance on manual booking process, where will lead to the scheduling conflict and double booking. Next is the lack of real-time information, where booking confirmation are often delayed. Moving on, we can find that the issue is efficient equipment management, where will cause the faulty equipment still be listed as available, where the user will have a booking where the equipment is still available even though it is broken already. And next is the time-consuming reservation process where require user to manually verify recurring bookings with administrator. And finally is the limited room and equipment information which make it difficult for user to choose suitable facilities. These issues show the need for an integrated room rental system at FTMK. Next, I would like to introduce our objective in this project. First is develop a centralized system that enables users and administrators to manage room and equipment booking efficiently. Second is provide real-time availability information and automated booking status update. Third is implement a structural approval workflow that allows administrators and users to communicate.
Thank you for the introduction. I'll be taking you through Chapter 2, which is Project Management. To ensure the FTMK room rental system was developed systematically, we utilized a work breakdown structure, or WBS. As you can see on screen, we divided the life cycle into 5 core phases: project initiation, requirement analysis, system modeling, interface prototyping, and final presentation. Because we adopted a waterfall methodology, breaking the work down into these distinct sequential pillars was critical to making sure no requirements were missed before moving on to the next stage. We then translated that structure into a 10-week Gantt chart to manage our execution. We specifically mapped out our technical dependencies here. For example, ensuring that Phase 3 system modeling was 100% complete before any Phase 4 interface work began. You can see the member initials attached to every task. We prioritize an equitable distribution of work, ensuring all 5 members had their clear ownership of specific deliverables without bottlenecking the critical path. With our timeline and assignments locked in, I will now pass it over to Chapter 3 that discusses how we gathered our system requirements.
Now I will talk about the JAD session outcome. We had conducted JAD session with admin, student or lecturer. So from JAD session, we had identified current problems from admin, student or lecturer. So for admin, first, the manual booking process is time consuming and can cause errors. Second, scheduling conflicts and double bookings can occur due to lack of real-time booking information. Third, room bookings and equipment requests are managed separately. In addition, the booking system is difficult to track equipment availability and the maintenance status. For booking complete resolution, the booking system requires manual intervention. Last, the booking system is lack of automatic notifications for booking and equipment update. For student or lecturer, first, they cannot receive clear and timely booking confirmation. Second, the booking system provides limited information about room capacity, facilities, and equipment before booking. Third, they are difficult to search for available rooms based on preferred dates. The booking system also does not provide visual room layout or blueprint for reference. For recurring bookings, they are required repeated manual requests, and for booking schedules and room availability, they are not easily accessible remotely for user. Last, cancellation policies, deadline, equipment usage rules, and damage penalties are not clearly stated. Based on current problem, this is the user expectation. For admin, first, admin can view bookings in real time to avoid crashes and double booking. Second, student or lecturer can book rooms and equipment in the same booking process. Third, booking system need to have booking approval workflow so that the booking system can set booking request status in pending and automatically update the booking status to approved or rejected after approval from admin. Admin also need to track equipment status and can set the status in available, damaged, or under repair so that the available equipment cannot be selected during booking. In addition, the booking system needs to detect the booking conflicts and inform admin to suggest other options with user based on latest room schedule and the room availability. Last, booking system need to send automatic notifications when booking status of equipment information is outdated so that admin, student or lecturer can get the latest information. For student or lecturer, first, they want to get instant booking confirmation to know the latest status of booking request. Second, they can view the full booking details after booking confirmation, include room, date, time, person in charge, and the emergency contact information. Third, they can check the room capacity and availability by date. They also can view the available equipment, usage restriction, room layout, and facility before booking. For the latest booking system, student or lecturer can make repeated or weekly bookings easily because they can access the booking info anytime from anywhere. Last, the booking system need to have cancellation rules, deadline, and the guideline on equipment usage and the penalty for damage.
Good day to everyone. My name is Lim Jiaxiang and I will be covering the chapter 4, which is system requirement and methodology. Our system functional requirements are grouped into 5 core modules, which is the first search and browsing, detailed room and equipment info, a structured booking and approval workflow, instant notification, and a direct feedback channel. For non-functional requirements, we prioritize reliability to prevent any scheduling conflicts, usability via visual blueprint, automated business rule for capacity control, and strict security using rule-based access control. To develop this system, we choose the waterfall methodology under the traditional SDLC framework. We select this linear sequential approach for 3 main reasons. First, our requirements are clear and stable. The faculty booking procedures are already well established, meaning the core function we gathered during our JAD session will not frequently change. Second, our project relies on 3-phase dependencies. As outlined in our Gantt chart, we must follow a rigid schedules. For instance, we cannot jump into interface design until our system modeling is completely finished. Finally, waterfall places a heavy emphasis on comprehensive documentation and blueprinting. Because we are dealing with complex real-time schedules and equipment tracking, finalizing blueprints like our data flow and ER diagrams before any design work begins is critical to minimize risk. I will now pass the floor to my teammate to present the context diagram.
Welcome to Chapter 5, System Modeling and Design. We will begin with the context diagram, which illustrates the overall boundary of the FTMK room rental system and how it interacts with its external entities. Starting with our primary users, the student and lecturer, they interact with the platform by submitting a room booking request. In return, the system generates and returns their booking status so that they can track their application in real time. Next, we have the admin, who oversees the platform's operation. The admins provide managing room data to keep the physical room inventory updated, and they are responsible for inputting the approve or reject decisions for any pending requests. Finally, we have the PIC, or person in charge of maintenance. If a room requires attention, the system outputs a report to the PIC. Once the issue is resolved, the PIC submits their feedback back into their system. This high-level overview captures all external data flowing in and out. Now, let's dive deeper into the DFT level 0 to see how exactly these inputs are processed internally.
Now let's dive into the data flow diagram level 0. As you can see, our system breaks 2 main external entities, which is the user and admin. We have mapped this into 8 process and 5 data store. The journey begins with authentication. Both user and admin pass their IDs to process 8, which validate them against the D2 user and admin detail file. Once verified, a user import their search criteria into process 1, which retrieve the latest room information from the default room detail file. When the user submit a booking, process 2 handle it and save the pending status safely into the D1 booking data store. The flow then transition to the admin through process 3. The admin review the request, execute approval action, and the updated schedule is set back into D1. Immediately, process 6 pull this updated data to display the booking confirmation and history back to the user. Beyond this column, we have vital supporting modules. Process will allow the admin to manage equipment. It interacts with the D3 equipment file and simultaneously update the room equipment details in D4. Meanwhile, any user issues are routed to process 5 and stored in the D5 feedback and complaint file. Finally, process 7 consolidates the data. It gathers booking data from D1, user details from D2, and feedback from D5 to generate comprehensive report for the admin.
This DFT level 1 shows the decomposition of process 3.0, which is process booking status. For this process, they have two sub-processes. First process is validating room booking. They will access the input, which are approval action from admin, and the room schedule from the booking data store. And after this process will produce room condition satisfaction and the priority holder. And this output will undergo the second process, which is updating booking status. And this process will produce booking approval and the updated room schedule to the admin, and will also produce the latest booking status to update the booking data store.
Next, I want to talk about our entity relation diagram briefly. Where in our ERD, we have 8 entities, which is feedback, booking, admin, booking report, role, equipment, complaint, and user. And there is a bridge in our ERD, which is the booking, where linked to user, admin, and group. This ERD shows the database structure of the FTMK role rental system, where the user creates booking for the role, and while admin manage between the booking and also the report. And next, user can submit complaint regarding equipment issue and provide feedback after their booking. Overall, this entity work together to support an efficient room and equipment reservation process.
Next, we'll be looking at the interface design. We have two parts to our interface design, which is input design and output design. First, we'll look at the input design. Before user logging into our system, user will saw this login page, and user are required to enter the user ID and password to log into our system. After entering to our system, user will saw our main page for our system. And at the side here, user can see that there is a list of menu and buttons that they can choose to click on. And below here are the buttons only for admin. Next, we'll be looking at the room layout page. For this page, users are required to enter some information, which is the date and time that they want to book, the capacity, and also the equipment checklist. After entering these all informations, there will be a list of available rooms, and user can enter to view on the rooms layout, and they can also check on the status which is available or not available. Now looking at the booking page. For the booking page, there will be a list of available rooms here that user can review on, and also user are required to enter this form that regarding the booking details. Here will be a booking list that is the list of the user's previous booking, and some information here are only viewed for admin, which user will not able to view on. Next will be the approval of booking interface, and this interface is only for admin, and admin can see the list of approval here and all the booking details, and admin are required to click either reject or approve this booking. Next, we'll be looking at the person in charge contact page. This page is also a page that only for admin. Admin can choose to enter the name or ID of the person in charge and can see the person in charge information here and also the room in charge details. Here is all the list of the names of the person in charge and the details. Now looking at the feedback page. For the feedback page, user can choose the specification of their booking, and they can choose the feedback label is either for only a feedback or it's a complaint. User can add a photo and add their description here and can submit to admin. Now looking at the logout page. After logging out, there will be two buttons, which is login again or return to homepage, which user can choose either one. Now we'll be looking at the output design. First will be the user profile. For the user profile, user can view all the personal information here and also the past booking and also the upcoming bookings. Next, for the info page, the info page will be the information about our system and also some rules and regulations. Now we'll be looking at the booking status tracker. There will be three status. The first one will be approved. If the booking is already approved, user can see all the booking details here, and there will be a message shown here will be the cancellation deadline, which is 24 hours notice. Next status will be the pending. If pending, there will be a person in charge details will be shown here, and the user can contact this person in charge for further information. The third status will be rejected. For rejected, there will be a message that shown to user that the booking was rejected, and user can choose to contact the person in charge, or user can try to make another booking. Next, we'll be looking at the history page. For the history page, user can look at the lists that are in progress and the past bookings, which is the records here. Next, we'll be looking on the equipment page. For the equipment page, this is a page that is only for admin, and admin can look at all the equipment that are being complained that is not functioning, and admin can track on the status here to see whether it is already take any actions. And now looking for the schedule, this schedule page is also only for admin. Admin can take a look on all the rooms and the time that are being booked here and can check whether it is available or not. And this is all from our group. Thank you.